Indians have the best record in the American League. They're 15-8, hosting the Blue Jays. Bottom 5 Indians down a run. Josh Towers. Good night, John Boy. I don't think so. Johnny Peralta, 3-run homer to left, his 6th. The Indians are up 6-4, but the Jays tie it, and we are in extras. One on Travis Hafner. The Blue Jays put the shift on, and you can see third baseman goes to short, shortstop and second baseman. Or they're talking about per diem, so are the center fielder and right fielder, and Hafner says shift that. Sean Markham, and all the way from first base, David DeLucci wearing his PF Flyers. He scores. The Indians win 7-6. Their 9th win in their last 10 games.
Cleveland 6-1 thus far in an 8-game homestand. There's Cliff Lee, first start of the year. 6 innings, 5 earned, 4 Ks. Part of the damage done by Troy Glaus. He's hitting .378, and he will occasionally just hammer ball. That's a home run. It's 4-0 Jays, but here come the try. Bottom 4, 1 on, 2 out. Cleveland down 4-3. Grady Sizemore lines one to center. Alex Rios drops the ball. And what happens is that we've got a play at the plate. We've got a big collision. Phillips and Barfield get together. Then there's words. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving. David DeLucci has to be restrained after the dust settles. You create something like inward singing.
And right here, you're thinking, Wendell.
Yeah, you're thinking if you've got, an umpire fantasy league, who's going to get thrown out? Well, here Sizemore finds some ground. Mike Rouse, who had earlier hit a 2-out single, he was 1 for 19. Oh yeah, because that'd be great.
Yeah,
to fall off into the water. How about David DeLucci? I've never understood why it was this guy had ended up on so many teams. He's got skills, he can hit.
Win again. They've lost 8 straight, and they've lost their closer, B.J. Ryan, for the season at Tommy John surgery. You know, if they're going to win, it's probably going to be with Roy Halladay on the mound against the Red Sox. I don't know why he was trying to pick Kevin Youkilis off. He wasn't going anywhere, but now Youkilis is on third, and he would score on a ground ball. So the bottom of the first now, Blue Jays with the bases loaded against Tim Wakefield. Frank Thomas strikes out. Doug Mirabelli snap throw to first, gets Troy Glaus leaning, and they get out of the jam. Here's Sal Fasano and his mustache. Grounds one to a diving Mike Lowell.
Don't be jealous, can't grow one.
Lowell's always going to make that play, a top play nominee. Here's David Ortiz in the third. Hits one to the wall in right center. Here's Youkilis showing off those wheels again, motoring around. How was that relay throw? Aaron Hill's throw. Where did that go exactly? You talk about an airmail job. How about there? That's Halladay catching it in front of the backstop. Mike Lowell has 7 home runs, 5 off Blue Jays pitching. And Roy Halladay, 17 runs allowed his last 2 starts. He's the first Cy Young Award winner to do that since Fernando 24 years ago. Julio Luger, little chopper by Lugo, skips right by Glaus. I mean, the Blue Jays, they can't do anything right. Looks like he lost that one in the lights. Rough night all around for Toronto. We're still in that same 4th inning. Here's Youkilis. 1 hopper to the wall. Lugo's going to score easily from second, and the Red Sox an 8-0 lead in the 4th. Bottom of the 4th, here's Wakefield. And gets Thomas swinging. It's the 10th batter in a row retired by Wakefield. Tim Wakefield went on to retire 16 consecutive at one point. Get this, it's the earliest in a season in Major League Baseball history that 2 teams are in sole possession of first place by 7 or more games. That's the
Devil Rays, Blue Jays. That's B.J. Upton, normally an infielder this year. His first game in the outfield, and he's in center field. That's a key position. Bottom 7, 4-4 game, 2 outs. Vernon Wells on first, and he's pulling an Enos Slaughter. He's not going to stop running. Now, Upton in center, he's not anticipating this. He lobbed the ball back into the infield, and that's the difference between Wells scoring and perhaps being out. Here it is, Wells rounding third. There's Upton, just lobs it back in. Otherwise, Wells would have been toast, and that's the difference in the game. Blue Jays beat the Devil Rays 5-4.
More from the series coming.
Number 3, Orioles, Blue Jays. Frank Thomas down to third base line. Melvin Mora. He knew he had plenty of time with Big Frank running. So Mora times his dive perfectly, takes his time, makes the throw. He blew a couple lines I saw earlier. Number 9, Orioles and Blue Jays. Jesse Lish making his Major League debut, coincidentally on his father's birthday. How about the kid? Went 8 2/3. Father and son both received the old pie to the... At number 1, Orioles, Blue Jays, Miguel Tejada shoots one to second. That's where Aaron Hill is diving on the turf. And the throw to first for the out. You see the range by Hill, and that doesn't feel good on the fake stuff. But they'll take it. The Jays will win.
Joe Carter homered off Mitch Williams in the 1993 World Series, and as a result, some childhoods and some adulthoods as well. Ruined 25-year-old Dustin McGowan. Oh, boy. Thought he had that call. Doesn't get it. The pitcher, John Lieber, walks, and Pat Burrell scores. Phillies lead 1-0. Later in the fifth, Shane Victorino to right, a 5-run fifth. You see McGowan not happy. To the ninth now, getting nervous. A man on, Frank Thomas walks. That's happened a lot. He's 12th all-time. Then Matt Stairs walks. Next batter, Alex Rios. Bases loaded. The 0-2 pitch. A high fastball tapped to third. Close play, but Nunez to Helms makes the play. Ryan Howard and the Phillies enjoy a victory over Toronto. Some revenge, perhaps.
It can improve to 500 on the season by beating visiting Toronto, but they got to beat Jesse Litch. Remember, he went 8 2/3 for a win in his debut. Bottom third, Aaron Rowan, Portland, Oregon. Solo homer.
Big one.
Litch, 4 innings, 4 earned. Top 8, 5-0. Alex Rios, he was mentioned earlier in the program for a previous 5 strikeout performance. He goes yard off Jeff Geary. That made it 5-1. And then Vernon Wells later in the inning. He goes solo. His 5th. That makes it 5-2. And then Matt Stairs has got the Holy Ghost power in the top of the 8th off Geary. His 4th. Geary, 3 home runs. It's 5-3. And the little Philly fan throws it back.
Marky.
Nice. Top 9, 5-3, 1 on, no outs. Frank Thomas. Bartender, Myers and coffee, because Brett is caffeinated. Phillies win it 5-3. Myers gets his 6th save. 0-8.
All right, Cinco. Lyle Overbay to right, Nick Markakis. Oh, beautiful catch. Sold it late with a lovely slide. Very nice. Connie. Number 3, back to Baltimore.
Runs are earned. That one up the middle. It is stopped by Roberts. Tries to get the out and play. Brian Roberts and a pick at first base by Huff.
And the Twins, Scott Baker's Minnesota crew coming in just 10 up and 13 down at home this season. Bottom one, Twins down 2-0. 2 outs with 1 aboard. Justin Morneau against Jesse Litch. Lonnie to right. Luis Castillo scores. Twins get back within a run. Bottom 5, Michael Kadire with 1 aboard. Obvious rapport between bat and ball. This off Litch, his 6th home run of the season. Minnesota up 3-2. Top 6 with 1 out, Frank Thomas. Yeah. The Big Hurt with his 7th home run of the season. That off Baker. We're tied at 3. Second home run in as many days for Thomas. Bottom 7, Torrey Hunter with runners on the corners through the right side. That'll score a run. Top 9, Blue Jays down a run, and Joe Nathan gets Lyle Overbay swinging. His 10th save and 11 chances. Twins take it.
Next stop is Minnesota. Blue Jays and Twins hooking up there. Bottom 9. Twins down 7-5, 2 on. Michael Kadire, the pride of Chesapeake, VA. Luis Castillo and Jason Bartlett score. They tied it at 7. They went to extra innings. Top 11 still tied at 7. Alex Rios, no doubt about it, his 11th. Remember, he had an extra inning homer Thursday against Baltimore. 8-7 Jays. Bottom 11, Twins down 8-7. Runners at the corners. Justin Morneau up the middle. Royce Clayton steps to second for 1. Throw to first is late. Jason Bartlett scores. So game tied at 8 after 11. They played on. Top 13, Lyle Overbay with a base hit. 4 RBI for Overbay. The Jays are going to win it 9-8.
Twins and Blue Jays have traded 1-run wins this series. A.J. Burnett's won 3 starts in a row entering this contest with the Twins, and here he said, "I made a mistake and it cost us." Fields the chopper barehanded and chucks it away. Justin Morneau slides in safely. Luis Castillo and Nick Punto come in to score. Take another look at the slide by Morneau. Kind of a half fall, and the boys on the bench are loving it. Said Blue Jays skipper John Gibbons, it was the Justin Morneau show. That's why he's the MVP, and this is more what we are accustomed to seeing. This is a big-time deal here, a 2-run home run, his 4th in 5 games, his 15th of the season. Why? Because he goes matched or shake on it. He was sitting on it, and he took it out. Morneau propels the Twins to the 4-2 win.
Might be going here. No, he's not going to go. Matsui hits one well. This is the center field. Vernon Wells stops in his tracks, looks up, and this one is restaurant quality. It is gone. Forget about it. A 2-run home run for Hideki Matsui, and the Yankees are on the board. It's now a 7-2 ball game.
Yankees in Toronto to face the Blue Jays. New York trying to snap a 4-game losing streak, hoping Andy Pettitte would help with that. Bottom first, Alex Rios leading off.
Andy deals.
To Derek Jeter, great stop. Not so great throw. 9th error of the season for Jeter, so Rios over to second. 2 batters later after Rios stole third. Vernon Wells to A-Rod. Rios got a good jump on the play. He scores. Blue Jays up 1-0. And Pettit like, I did everything I was supposed to do. Top 7, Jason Giambi facing Scott Downs. Advantage Giambi, his 7th of the season. Game tied at 1. And is it just me, or is Giambi limping a little bit there? Not with the Yankees. Bottom 7, runners on the corners, 2 outs. Pettit staring down the runner at first. And Aaron Hill steals home. Shades of Jackie Robinson against the Yankees back in the 1955 World Series. And at least the Yankees were in the World Series that year. They may not be there this year. Hill got a running start before Posada even noticed him. He said their third base coach told him that Pettit was vulnerable to the steal, and Hill is in there. What would Harvey Keitel say about that? And that's how bad it is for the Yankees right now. But it would get worse. Bottom 8, tied at 2, runner on second, no out. John McDonald lays down the bunt. A-Rod, instead of letting it go foul, plays it, and the runner advances to third. This one looks like it would have gone foul, but A-Rod makes the play. Pettit comes out of the game, replaced by Scott Proctor. Pettit 7 1/3, 6 hits, 1 earned run. So now the next batter is Alex Rios. Remember, that runner went over to the third. Now Rios with a fly ball. That'll be enough to get Adam Lynn home as he tags and scores. And the Blue Jays going to win it 3-2. Manufacturing runs. Yanks 8 games below 500 in the losing streak at 5.
Yankees, Blue Jays. New York on the verge of being swept for the 2nd straight series and in 2 different countries. On top of that, Mariano Rivera needing a 4-out save here on Wednesday. Bottom 8 against Lyle Overbay. The Yanks go to the top half of the 9th, leading 6-5, trying to end a 5-game losing streak. 2 outs, 1-run lead. Alex Rodriguez. Solid insurance run-scoring single at 7-5. Melky Cabrera touching the next batter, Jorge Posada. Hip, hip, Jorge. Posada. Pop fly, third baseman Howie Clark. He's got it, he got it, and now he just, for some reason, lets it drop. Big league ball players don't usually let that happen. Hideki Matsui scores. It's 8-5. After the play, A-Rod, shortstop John McDonald have some work. They're chirping each other. Look at it again. Rodriguez clearly says something as he runs behind Clark. What did he say? Well, let's ask A-Rod.
Yeah, I just said, huh. I mean, I said, huh, that's it. I mean, I was actually almost past third base. I was surprised when the ball bounced.
Because they're claiming that you yelled mine.
No, I would never say that. That's not true.
2 runners in scoring position.
A lot of times kids will yell, look out for the bite! Next batter, Jason Giambi. Singles up the middle. Rodriguez and Posada will score. It's 10-5 Yanks. So they tack on a bunch there in the 9th. They're going to win by the same score, but the Jays, they're miffed. There goes Rodriguez. Look at him. We're just sitting right there. All right, we'll see you July 16th at Yankee Stadium.
20 days after suffering from appendicitis, there's the doctor. He's back. Roy Halladay returns tonight to face the White Sox. Here's the 0-2 to Erstad. He swings and misses. 3 pitches in, and Halladay gets a strikeout.
A back problem for the last couple of years.
He goes down very quickly, striking out. Halladay watches his pitches dance in the 2nd against Creedy. Here's Hill sending it to center field, and he has really laced this one. Erstad back towards the wall, and it is out of here. Oh my goodness, Aaron Hill has now hit his 8th home run of the year. They're at home now that he's pitching. And look at him pitch there to Paul Konerko, striking him out and picking up his 3rd strikeout of the night. A 1-2-3 4th for the doctor.
He says we're a slow team right now.
And they're not happy with Rob Makoviak striking out. Another chance goes to naught for the White Sox. And really toughened up to win the World Series. There goes Uribe. Timmons calls a foul tip, and it's caught by Pisano. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and he takes 1 swing and strikes out.
They're going to say, do not throw him a fastball.
Tim Timmons says, that's a strike, Jim. Tell me I can see why you're upset. Career strikeout 1935 for Tomey, 1 behind Willie Stargell for 5th all-time. Meanwhile, John Gibbons comes out. The crowd was booing. Don't take out Roy Halladay. He does it, and Halladay will go 7 innings. He throws 96 pitches up to the bullpen, and they would do a good job, Jansen and Accardo. Back to the Blue Jay offense. They already have 1 run for Halladay, and they have another one. Career homer 495 for the Big Hurt. 2-0 Toronto. They go on to win. Career win number 100 for Roy Halladay. Both Burley and Halladay were looking for their 100th career win, and Halladay gets it 1 hour and 50 minutes. Didn't take long.
Very deep.
Grounded, taken by McDonald, dropped initially. They get the force at second, and that will be the ball game. Wasn't a pretty ending, but Accardo picks up the save, and Roy Halladay, in his return to the Blue Jays, gets career victory number 100. What a special night for the Doctor.